Good to see you again. I actually have my Tenet Steelbook here. Kevin McCarthy, Washington, D.C. I've seen it 9 times now. My wife and I love the hot sauce line. You know that. So,
Thank you.
well, congratulations to both of you. Zendaya, I'll start with you. I'll be honest. I actually hadn't seen Euphoria prior to watching Malcolm and Marie. After I watched Malcolm and Marie, now I'm on episode 6 of Euphoria, and I'm blown away by it. And I'm genuinely interested to know, with Rue's arc and kind of her drug addiction element, and then Marie being sober since she was 20, I'm wondering what Rue gave you and her arc gave you that could help you understand Marie's reason to be sober and kind of the former drug addiction there. But two different people. We're just curious if they informed each other.
Right. I think they do in some ways kind of share the same lineage to a degree. I think, Sam wrote them both kind of as different aspects of himself. But obviously one is a teenager, one is a grown woman. And I think that also one is in her sobriety journey and one is not. And I think that is a huge difference. And, Rue, I think, is in a place in her life where she doesn't really have the emotional vocabulary to explain or deal with pretty much anything that is going on around her, and can't ever really articulate anything that she's feeling. Whereas Marie has all the words in the world to explain exactly how she feels and why she feels that way. And I think it's interesting because Rue deals with, as a character, I deal with her in a lot of silence, but this was fun to kind of just speak, learn all these words and go back and forth with John David. It was so much fun. Really, it was like an actor's dream for me.
So I don't think mac and cheese has ever looked better than on 35 millimeter black and white. It just looked incredible. I mean, it looked amazing. And John David, this might be a strange question, but I just would love to know the art of acting while you're eating, in the sense of like you're delivering profound dialogue, brilliant dialogue while chewing on mac and cheese. And I just wonder, like, what's that shooting process like? Are you just like continually eating throughout that whole take? What's that like to shoot that?
Well, everybody was so committed to their job, given the circumstances. So we all had to commit. So I had to commit to eating that. I was trying to diet and be as sexy as I can for Malcolm in this black and white, and opposite this wonderful, beautiful woman. So I'm like, yeah, I got to get. So here, So I got into it though because in some ways it gave me, it took some of the tension off because I was able to spew these wonderful, beautifully, brilliant written words from Sam. I was putting a lot of his madness into the mac and cheese, which was really directed for her. It was for her, but I'm putting it in the cheese right now, trying to make a point while I say these words. So there's many different things and elements to play on because the text was so original and so full. I guess, I was able to play use that to his advantage.
Yeah, no, it was brilliant. I feel like this is a question both of you are probably going to be getting today, just because of the nature of the review element of the film and the idea of your character reading reviews of the movie he made. And I just genuinely would be curious to ask each of you. I'll start with you, Zendaya, and end with you, John David. What's your relationship with reviews, in the sense of, do you read reviews? Do negative ones help you for future projects? Like, what is your relationship with reading reviews, like on Euphoria or a project that you're on?
Well, it's kind of like a newer thing for me because I wasn't getting very many reviews with Casey Undercover. You know what I mean? I don't think they were too interested in that one. So it's a newer thing, and when it came to sometimes, I think I have like a huge amount of respect for it as well, because I think, and Sam talks about it a lot, but it is, film criticism is crucial, I think, to this industry, and really analyzing what it is that we do, and it's always intended, I think, as an artist, to be able to hear it and take it in, good or bad, and understand it and appreciate it for what it is, and grow from it. Why is it that people thought this or thought that? So that's what I try to look at things as. I think I'm a little bit different than Malcolm in that regard. But it is nerve-wracking, I think, to a certain extent. I remember when Euphoria first came out, it was so recent after we just wrapped that it was already to come out, and it was really scary, because it was like I was still so emotionally raw and connected to Rue, as if she was like still on me. So anything that was like anything that was negative felt like an attack to Rue, and I felt protective of her.
Interesting.
And so it was like it's interesting in that way, but but I kind of I learn. I'm just learning to just appreciate the process and take it all in as it happens. Yeah, I mean, I'm just grateful that anybody wants to watch it at all, so that's
And John David, for you, real fast before I go, like when reviews come out for like something like Tenet, which is so big, and I saw it like 8 times, and I love the film, but I just wonder, like, do you read reviews and what do they mean to you?
Well, I would echo what Zendaya was saying. I think journalism is very important. It's crucial in our business, and so I'm into that. But at the same time, coming from a whole different industry, it's always been like personally, it's always been the same. So no matter if I had a great game, it'll always be I'll be Denzel's son had a great game. So it's the thing, good or bad performance, it's Denzel's son that did it. So when I'm able to, if that ever escapes, then maybe I'll pay attention more. But I don't pay attention because this is always I'm related to somebody, So
Well,
in the review.
Well, congratulations to you both. I actually just interviewed your father an hour ago for Little Things. This has been kind of a crazy day. Yeah. So it was him. It was him, Rami Malek, and Jared Leto on one Zoom for 5 minutes. It was crazy. Well, congratulations to you both. The movie is phenomenal. I love the 35 millimeter black and white. It looked gorgeous. Congratulations to you both. Have a safe day and stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you
so much. Thank you.